Hello and welcome to Sierra Make. Today we're going to be making a fishnet two-piece. So it's going to be a pair of shorts and a tube top using a pair of fishnets. So here you can see I have 4 different fishnets with varying hole size. It doesn't matter what you end up doing, but for the sake of my use, which is as a cosplay for Rin Nohara rather than some sort of rave wear, which it would also be really cute for, I'll be picking a net size that most closely resembles hers. And I think that's going to be the top one. So the only other thing that you need besides the fishnets is some fold-over elastic ribbon. The color I have here is orange because that's what I had, and it most closely represents the anime. But if you want burgundy, which represents the video games, you can do that. Or if you're making this for rave wear, you could just use some plain black fold-over elastic ribbon. So here I'm just showing you what I mean by fold over. So this elastic has a special crease down the center of it that makes you able to use it easier as a binding to wrap around your raw edges. So that's what I'm going to do for the fishnet. Here I've just put on the fishnets and marked with some safety pins where I want the shorts to end at, and then I measured around each thigh and cut 2 pieces of that elastic ribbon, taking off like an inch or 2 for stretch. After making sure that each leg was the same length, I just went ahead and cut through my fishnet at that point that I'd marked for the shorts. I went ahead and did the other leg as well, this time using my hand just to see it instead of that piece of paper. You can do whatever you're comfortable with. And then with those safety pins, I marked the exact front, the exact back, left and right side of the legs so that they're all evenly spaced out, and I have 4 safety pins on these legs. This will make it easy to line up with the elastic trim that I'm going to put on it. So I went ahead and marked that half point on the trim and the quarter points on either side of the trim. Now I'm just sewing the bottom of these fishnet shorts to the elastic circles that I have, making sure that the safety pins on each of them line up. I did a zigzag stitch for this side of the binding, which kind of looks ugly, especially if I just stopped here and had just sewn this to regular elastic. But thank goodness this is the inside and it's binding, so I'm going to flip it and give us that little enclosure, and I'm going to do a long straight stitch while stretching out the fabric for the other side of the binding. And here is what that looks like. You can see it looks a lot cleaner than before, and it's still stretchy because I stretched it as I was doing that straight stitch. Now I'm just going to go ahead and sew on the other thigh elastic with the zigzag stitch at 4 length and 4 width, and then the straight stitch at 4 length and 0 width. And there we go. There is our finished fishnet shorts. Let's see them on. Awesome, peeking out just from under my kimono. And now I'm going to take the excess that I cut off of these fishnets and make it into a tube top. So I just cut the toe off, so I have a tube like this, and I'm just slicing up the side of that leg to get this rectangular piece, and then I'm going to connect the short ends of this rectangle together so I get a large wide tube instead of a long short one. Anyways, to connect both sides of this fishnet, rather than trying to sew through it on the machine, I'm just going to take a piece of thread and sew through each of the loops on either side and tie it together using a double knot. And there is our bandeau fishnet tube top. But to make it match the shorts, I'm going to take that orange foldable elastic and use it as trim for the top and the bottom. So I just measured out my under and upper bust length and marked those 4 equally distant points around the outside. And let's sew it. There's the top zigzagged. There's the bottom zigzagged. Look how good that looks so far. Now we got it folded over and we're done. You can see how super duper stretchy it is. There's the top and the bottom together. Let's go try it on. Here's what the shorts look like on top of a pair of black spandex. And here's what the top looks like. Now really only the top of this would be peeking out like the picture. But just so you can see how stretchy it is and how much it actually covers. And look, I did all of that work just to have these little accents peek through. But that's okay. I think it's super cool, and I can also use this for any kind of other costume. I mean, the orange and black kind of screams Halloween to me. I don't know what, but it'll be fun to try and dress this up as a everyday wear. I don't know, rave wear, something. I'll come up with something for it besides just the cosplay. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.